Why you don't use glitter. It sticks around for days. Like, I don't even know the last time I used glitter, maybe a week ago, and I'm still finding it. Welcome to my channel. So it's finally springtime, so what better way to kick off spring than a nice pastel look today. So I put it out to Instagram. I wanted to do something springy today, so I asked if people wanted a soft pastel look or like a springy graphic liner look, and it was close. It was 54% soft pastels, 46% spring graphic liner. I was kind of hoping to do a cool graphic liner look today, but soft pastels is fine. I don't ever wear pastels, so this will be interesting. I do, however, have some beautiful pastel palettes. I have quite a few from ColourPop, but I'm gonna dive in to the Creepy Cute today. Now this is just a perfect pastel palette. I do have like the Morphe Ice Fantasy and a Violet Boss, like flamingo palette that's really springy and pastel-y, but quality-wise, you really can't beat the Shroud formula. So we're gonna go this direction today. I don't know which colors I'm gonna go with, but I just want an excuse to use this palette. Now I have used this, I've used individual shades with random looks, but I've never gone full pastel. Maybe like purple with orange, maybe. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna go off camera, fill in my brows, prime my eyes, and I will be back. Well, kind of exciting. I just finished a product today, so I've been squeezing out like the last bit of life from my Ulta Beauty eye primer, and it is finally empty. So this is one that I did repurchase because I have not found an eye primer that works as well as this. I've tried Too Faced, I've tried Natasha Denona, I've tried Milani, I've tried Urban Decay. Nothing works as good as this. I will probably do a video at some point, like going through my empties and what I repurchased and what I didn't, because I already have a few, mostly skincare, but let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. So we're all primed up. I'm still not quite sure what direction I want to go, but I'm thinking orange to purple. Or do we want to do like orange to green to blue? Or orange to pink to purple. I don't know, I feel like I've been doing greens and blues a lot lately, so let's stay away from that. And I'll start with the orange, and I'm just gonna start to pack it on. So I think I'm gonna do like pretty solid with the pastels and then maybe put like a shimmer on top. I'm not gonna do a cut crease or anything, but I'm gonna start with the orange shade, which is called Third Eye, and just start to pack that in here. So you can see with Shroud's formula, you don't need a lot of building up because these are quite pigmented for being, you know, pastel shadows. And this is why I just need to go ahead and get rid of the Morphe Ice Fantasy, because it takes forever to build up and it still doesn't look right. All right, and then I'm just gonna kind of buff out the edges of that color. I still have like random pieces of glitter, whatever. All right, so next I'm gonna go into this really pretty light pink called Strawberry Milk and just kind of pop that on the edge of the orange right here. So I don't think I've ever done just like a solid pastel look. Like I always deepen things up, make it pretty bold. So this will be new. All right, now I'm gonna jump into the purple called Planchette and pop that up here. Just kind of bring that to a point. All right, and then I'm gonna jump back into the pink and use that to just kind of go along the edges. I guess I don't care if I go a little bigger today since it's so soft and light. Now I'm gonna build up the purple a little bit. Feels very like sherbety. Sherbet? How do you say it? I think spelling wise it's supposed to be like sherbet, but I've always said sherbet. So I feel like this eye looks nice. This one, I don't know. I feel like the purple just sticks a little bit at some parts. So I'm gonna stop there again because they're just kind of trying to go soft and pastel today, but I do need a shimmer. So I think I'm gonna grab, so I have the ColourPop Garden Variety palette, and there's a really pretty soft orange Super Shock in here called Don't Leaf, and it's like very much a topper shade. It's really pretty, so I feel like that might coordinate well without taking away too much. But I'm gonna go in with, I have the NYX glitter primer just to give us a little bit better base for that. So put a little bit on a brush and almost make like a cut crease with that. So I'm gonna mostly focus that on where I have the orange and the pink, not drag it too far across. And with that still tacky, I'm gonna hop into this. Just pick it up on a finger. These don't really pick up on a brush for me at all. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, that adds what I needed, I think. Maybe I need a little purpley shimmer there too. That is perfect. So that's kind of a trick that I've learned just with the glitter primer. When I have a shimmer that doesn't quite have the impact that I want it to have or that I'm expecting it to have, if I go in with this first, it's gonna look a lot better. And to do one at a time and put things on while it's still tacky. And I really don't mind an all matte look, but sometimes I feel like look with like this where I'm not adding a lot of like depth and dimension. I feel like I need a little sparkle. All right. That is very soft and pastel-y with a shimmer. Okay, so now I think I need a shimmer that kind of pulls those together. So I'm torn between a few. So in my other Shroud palette, the Butte Beam palette, I do have the shade Apparition right here, which is a pretty purple. Ooh, I might have to go with that. I also have the ColourPop Lilac You a Lot, where I could add this one, Trainwreck. That's a nice soft purple. Maybe a little too soft. And then I have the Kaleidos Lunar Lavender with this light purple shade on the bottom. Actually, that might go with it the best because it's kind of the lightest and softest. Although the Butte Beam shade I think might match a little better. So let's stick with Shroud. All right, so I'm gonna go into It's Freaking Bats and I'm gonna grab the shade Apparition here and just pop that out there. Kind of blend those two shimmers together. All right, so I did go in and kind of layer those two shimmers. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but they blended together really nicely. I haven't really done an orange and purple combo look before. I'm going to just kind of blend out that purple one last time with the shimmer. I'm gonna pull that in a little bit. And of course, I'm tempted to like deepen this up because that's what I would normally do. Gosh, that just, when I look straight on, it just looks patchy, but then when I look this way, it looks okay. I'm going to restrain myself and not deepen it up. I mean, I'll put a black liner on with it, I'm sure. But I think I'm gonna stop there on the lid, just leave it really bright, light, pastel, springy. I'm gonna go off camera, put on my skincare foundation, and I'll be back. So I'm back. I put on foundation and concealer and bronzer. For foundation, I've been using the Uoma foundation. I love the finish of this. It's a weightless, soft matte, hydrating. I can go in with a really light layer and it just kind of evens out my skin tone. It doesn't transfer too bad under a mask. The only place I notice it is the nose, but this is a great foundation. For concealer, I'm still using the Rare Beauty. I love it. It's great. Turning 35 next month, so like I'm starting to have some like little wrinkles and lines under the eye, and the Rare Beauty just doesn't settle into them. It just looks great all day long. For bronzer, I went in with the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, and now it's time for blush. So I am going to hop into one of my Patrick Ta blushes. This is the Duo in Do We Know Her. So it's a little bit of an orangey tint, which I feel goes with the look today since I'm pretty orange. So I'm gonna start with the powder. I don't know that I'm gonna use the cream today. I love everything about the Patrick Ta blushes. I love the powder formula. It's super buildable, super soft. The cream formula is my favorite cream blush. I'm not gonna do a cream today. Not gonna bother. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of highlight today. I'm gonna go in with the Ofra in Glazed Donut. I don't do a lot, just a little bit on top of the blush there, a little bit on the nose, a little bit under the brow bone. All right, and then the last step on the skin, I'm going with some finishing powder. I kind of diffuse out the edges of the blush, go through the center of my face. So that kind of softens up the blush look. I think that's it for the face. So now hopping back into the eyes. So I did go in while I was off camera with an LA Girl Shockwave liner. So I have that purple in the waterline. But I'm gonna hop back into the Creepy Cute, grab kind of a small packing brush, and I'm going to go in with the purple. I'm gonna go in with the purple and just start to put that on the lower lash line here. Go almost all the way across, and then I'll hop in with the orange. This is not a very typical me look. I usually go pretty deep on the outer corner and then deep on the lower lash line and then buff it out. Right now for the orange. So I don't really want to go with a color on the inner corner, so I'm going to hop into my highlighter and just pop that in there. And not very bold. I mean, for maybe someone who just does neutrals, it's bold, but for me, I mean, I know it's colorful. Colorful, but not like bold. All right, so I guess that leaves us with liner and mascara. So I'm gonna go off camera, put on my liner, mascara, find a lip, and I'll be back. All right, I'm back with the final look. What do we think? So very soft pastels, not something I usually go for. I didn't really deepen it up at all, but I like it. It's very soft, kind of ethereal. So if you're looking for good pastels, it's this. I mean, the pigment is there. You have any pastel color you need. I just love this palette. So for the lips, I tried to go kind of a little orangey. So I went in with a ColourPop lippy pencil in Absolute Zero. And then one of the Tarte Rainforest by the Sea. This is the shade Weekender. A little more orange than I would normally go, but that's fine. No one's gonna see it. I'm wearing a mask all day. But wow, I had trouble off camera with my liner today. I used the Stila liner with a micro tip and it's flawless every time. Like, it's so easy to make a wing, it stays in place. I have a watery left eye, so like even with that, it stays in place. Like the shadow might go away under the eye throughout the day, but the liner doesn't budge. But on this side, it was like disappearing on the bottom part of the wing and then like traveling through the creases of my eyelid, which never happens. So I ended up having to go over it with the ABH, which is just more of a matte liner, but I've never had that issue with my Stila, so not sure what's going on, but final look, I like it, springy, great. I think the day I'm filming this, I have 2 more school days before spring break. So ready for some time off, but yeah, ready for some pretty soft spring looks. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll see you soon.